What happens to your Indiana driver's license at the end of a DUI case? At the end of a DUI case, if it leads to a conviction for operating a vehicle while intoxicated, driving while intoxicated, as again, we use those interchangeably, there's a couple of things that's going to happen or that could potentially happen to your driver's license. First and foremost, the BMV is going to require you carry what's called SR22 insurance. We have a video that explains exactly what SR22 insurance is. You should probably check it out. But in its most basic form, SR22 insurance is essentially the BMV's big brother to make sure that you continue to carry insurance, which is required anyway by the state of Indiana in order to operate a vehicle. But they will make you, the BMV will make you carry SR22 for a minimum of 3 years following a DUI conviction. That's a BMV administrative issue that they will require every single time. Number two is if you plead guilty or if you're found guilty of a DUI, there's certainly going to be some type of license ramification, whether that's a suspension or whether that has to deal with specialized driving privileges. Now, if it's your first time getting a DUI, it's possible that you've already served your suspension at the time you're convicted. In other words, you've already would have gotten credit. It's possible that's a scenario. There's another possibility that there's a license suspension from the date of your conviction moving forward, where you would have what's called or could apply for specialized driving privileges. Again, got plenty of videos regarding specialized driving privileges. But what is really important is if you have specialized driving privileges, you have to follow that order. In other words, if you're convicted, you're likely going to be placed on some type of probation or some type of community corrections or some type of sentence following a DUI. Violating a specialized driving privilege order is not only a violation of community corrections or probation, but it's actually a new crime and means you could end up going to jail if you violate that order. So it's very, very important that you follow any specialized driving privilege order that's given to you if that continues post-conviction for a DUI. Now, if we go back and your license is to become valid after a DUI conviction because you get credit for a suspension going up to that time, the biggest thing to keep in mind is you have to religiously check your Indiana BMV. And you can do so by going to the BMV's website, creating an account if you don't have one, and then you can log in and view your account. And that is what police officers see as they're patrolling the streets. So if your license on the BMV says it's suspended, you can give us a call and say, oh my God, my plea said that my license will go back. Well, sometimes it takes the BMV up to 14 actual days, 2 business weeks, to actually reflect that your license goes back to valid. So if it says suspended on the BMV website, that's what the officers see. So if you get pulled over, it'll give an officer a valid reason to pull you over for driving while suspended. Now, is it possible that we could beat that case? Sure, but it still could lead to interaction with a law enforcement officer, which nobody wants. So it's very important to keep an eye on your driver's license situation and abide by anything, whether that's specialized driving privileges, a plea agreement, or a judge's order. Just make sure you're abiding by that and you don't end up complicating an issue that doesn't need complication. If you have any questions, give us a call, 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.